The new mid-war releases for Flames of War continued this month, with box sets for Panzer III and IV, Grants, Crusaders and Honeys. Other releases included the Marder 7.62cm Tank Hunter Platoon, 15cm Lorraine Schlepper Battery and 25-pounder Field Troop sets. The first of the new infantry sets came out with the Afrika Korps Rifle Platoon in metal and British Motor Platoon in plastic. Upcoming releases for June include the Universal Carrier Patrol and 6-pounder Anti-Tank Platoon, Humber Armoured Car Troop, Bofors Light AA Troop, MMG Platoon and Mortar Section for infantry, along with the Hurricane Flight. Germans get the 5cm Tank Hunter Platoon, 2cm Light AA Platoon, Panzer II Light Tank Platoon, and the Light and Heavy Scout Troops. They also get the Ju-87D Stuka Dive Bomber Flight. So there's lots of cool stuff to look forward to in June. But the biggest stir in May was when Battlefront announced the new flexible plastic they're using for figures. The company is moving over to flexible ABS plastic for figures. The announcement included a video which gave an interesting overview of the different technologies and materials, and outlined the reasons for choosing the new plastic. If you want to check that out, the URL's here. Immediate reaction from players centered around concerns about the flexibility of the plastic and possible issues with paint adhering. I posted a quick comparison video looking at some old Airfix figures and the new plastic. The link to that is here. The ABS plastic is pliant but falls about halfway between the bendy toy plastic of the Airfix figures and hard styrene. These are figures from the 8.8cm and 25-pounder gun crews. They seem okay and time will tell if there are any issues with paint flaking in the long term. However, the debate has moved on from the materials to the sculpts, with some of the new figures looking a bit soft and facial detail not being as prominent as previous plastic and metal figures. I've only seen the ABS plastic gun crews, not the new infantry. I'll post up more when I get to see them. But sprue shots for the new infantry are on the Battlefront website. The motor platoon has 2 infantry sprues like this one, with riflemen, NCOs with Thompson submachine guns, officers with Webley revolver, and standing and prone Bren gunners. There's also a single sprue with a boys anti-tank rifle team, 2-inch mortar team and a command team. The set also comes with bases and appropriate formation and unit cards. Battlefront also posted up PDFs of Lessons from the Front, a fact series that answers rules questions and provides errata and guidance. These 4th edition PDFs have one for early and late war rules and another covering mid-war. Each of these documents is a couple of pages and covers a range of issues in the game. There's too much for me to cover here, so I recommend you take a look. The URL to the downloads page is on screen here as well as in the description below. Team Yankee is also looking at new releases in June. The Red Thunder rulebook is due out on the 8th of July. This is an A4 60-page hardback rulebook. Red Thunder expands on the Soviet forces from the original Team Yankee release. 2 plastic box sets, Poteknov's Bears and Yuri's Wolves, will be released at the same time. Poteknov's Bears looks to have T-72 tanks and Hind helicopters, while Yuri's Wolves is a Soviet forward detachment equipped with T-64 tanks and BMPs. The next wave of releases are due out on July 22nd, with a BTR-60 company box with 5 plastic armoured personnel carriers. Other releases here include the BRDM-2 Recon Platoon, Spandrel Anti-Tank Platoon, and the SA-9 Gaskin SAM Platoon. August releases will include the T-64 Tankovy Company with new plastic tanks, as well as infantry releases of Motor Rifle Company infantry and heavy weapons sets. These will be plastic, most likely the new ABS flexible plastic. There are other items on the release schedule listed for the website for August. I'll cover these next month. Flames of War isn't the only World War II tabletop game revisiting the desert at the moment. Iron Fist Publishing has released Battlegroup Tobruk, a forces book for the Battlegroup game system covering the North African campaign. This book covers from the Italian invasion of Egypt early in the war through to early 1942 and the Battle of Gazala. It also covers the Battle for Crete. The book has 9 army lists covering German, Italian and Commonwealth forces, including the Long Range Desert Group. There are also special rules to modify the core Battlegroup rules to better model the unique character of mobile warfare in harsh desert conditions. This book doesn't contain the core rules, just the army lists and special rules for the theatre. The basic rules are available separately, either as a physical hardcover book or as a PDF. These are all available for order from the Plastic Soldier Company's website. There is a rumour that a book covering later desert battles in 1942-43 is planned for next year. I'll give more details when I get them. I have to start the Plastic Soldier Company's segment here with some bad news. It's just been announced that the new T-55 plastic kit has been delayed. There's a hold-up at the production facility, but the announcement on the company's Facebook page says they should be released by the end of the month. I'm really hanging out to see these, so hopefully not a long delay. Last month we'd just received word of new decals for North Africa from the company. Now we have more details and some images. These decals are available in 1/72 and 15mm scales, and there are sets for 21st and 15th Panzer. These sets have divisional signs, red and white outline turret numbers, DAK palm insignia, and national markings, enough to mark up 20 vehicles. There are also 15mm and 1/72 scale air recognition sets that feature 2 sets of decals with 3 different size air recognition flags bearing swastikas. Predicting Plastic Soldier Company releases is always hard, but upcoming kits in the near future definitely include an M3 Honey Stuart. My information is this kit is being tooled and is almost ready for pressing, so it should be out soon. It can build the M3 Honey Stuart version shown here, used by the British with the hexagonal turret and desert side skirts. It can also build this version with the horseshoe turret and no skirts. This covers US and UK forces, including Marines in the Pacific, as well as Lend-Lease M3s used by the Russians. This will be a very versatile kit. Other rumours for upcoming PSC releases are for a Tiger 1E kit with Zimmerit anti-magnetic paste. There are already a lot of Tigers in plastic, but only a few with Zimmerit. I'm keen on the next two, the Sexton and the Valentine for the British. The Sexton is a self-propelled version of the 25-pounder artillery piece, which I need for my late war British. The Valentine will be an interesting addition to the British Desert Forces. This often overlooked vehicle is not currently available in plastic, so should prove popular. This vehicle was also supplied to Russia, so it can be fielded by Soviet forces as well. There are no details on options or variants for these kits. Again, more on these as information becomes available. The last piece of news is that PSC have a job opening for general warehouse duties. I wasn't able to convince my wife to move from Australia to the UK to take this on, but it might suit one of you. Check out the PSC Facebook page for details. If you do get the job, I expect my orders to be given priority. Long-time Rumours and Lies viewers will know I'm a big fan of Dice of War products. Dice of War continue to expand their product range, this month moving into the American Civil War with Union and Confederate dice. These are their usual 16mm plastic dice with the symbol embossed and printed on the 6. Dice tins for these products are also available, and Dice of War offers attractive dice and tin sets at a good price. Now that I'm getting some Flames of War 4th edition cards, I'm convinced more than ever of the need for another of Dice of War's products, card wallets. These are available for Desert Rats and DAK in World War II, and a range of Cold War forces including Soviets, US, British and East and West Germans. These wallets come in 20 card and 40 card sizes. Order them direct from Dice of War via their website. There are plenty of new dice due out from Dice of War in the near future. Upcoming releases include British Guards, generic SS, Nordland, Feldherrenhal, generic Gebirgsjäger, and SAS, as well as Turkish dice for the Napoleonic range. I'm still waiting on delivery of the Zvezda Jagdpanther I have on order. However, the Zvezda website has some new images, so here's a sneak peek at the assembled plastic. Fog of War will review this kit when it gets here. I finally managed to get hold of some product shots of Zvezda's upcoming Maus Super Heavy tank. This is a monster of a kit. It never saw combat and there are few rules to field it in any game systems, but I'm going to have to buy one just to build it. Zvezda offer a number of unusual and unique subjects in plastic, and this is just the latest. Thanks to Dmitry Cherkov for the images. So that's a wrap up for May. Last month command cards were the big issue, and this month it's flexible plastic infantry. I'm not too concerned about the plastic material itself, but I have to acknowledge some of the concerns raised about the sculpts. Time will tell if these work out and if players will like them, otherwise Battlefront might be forced to rethink this choice. Players who prefer metal might choose to stick with older Battlefront products, while other manufacturers offer infantry figure alternatives in hard plastic. The Plastic Soldier Company asked Facebook users this month what figures people would like to see in the future, suggesting DAK and Desert Rats as alternatives, along with BEF and US Airborne as possibilities. But I would urge people to give the new products a look before making up their own minds. This issue aside, there are a lot of great wargaming products released and in development. I'm sure there's at least one thing coming soon that will make everybody's must-buy list.